What a great way to start a video, with a burp. Flashback. Welcome to plot dump number 1. I don't want to do this. Yeah, I think the argument you're trying to make is they'll kill you when you go back. Like, there's a good chance they'll just off you and say you blew it, you know? Because Reza is kind of the one making the human endpoint, and it's implied he's had communications. So it's greatly likely that if you come back and it's a mess, they'll kill you for it. I mean, they can't use a loser like you sticking around, sucking up resources. Sucking up the gas! Yeah, I mean, if you had Reza, at least you could be like, well, they blew us up. They blew us off. Like, we don't know why. They just suddenly turned around. You know, you could at least make a good case. But if Reza isn't there, it's like, well... God, I don't like the songs. It works fine. Just feels a bit too stale. Nope. Today sucks. I got something so late in the fucking day. Like, I gotta be in a completely different city at, like, what? 5:30? And then I still gotta go back with the train, like, 30 minutes, an hour later, who knows? God, I hope this is the last fucking thing that happens this vacation, because I just can't take it anymore. All this bullshit is weighing heavy on my heart. Outweigh. I like this. It's a slight tweak. It's like, I'm afraid that's not enough to send you home. And then at the end, instead of, like, being, it certainly is enough, it's like, it doesn't weigh enough to compensate for the things, you know. I mean at the end here. Why do you tell them everything? Couldn't you just say that the place you come from is shit? Or that they're gonna kill you, and that going back is certain death? Like, you could make a strong argument that humanity was really fucking strict on this. Like, be like, well, humanity's like a police state, like, they'll fucking kill me if I come back without anything. Or be like, well, we're kinda depending on this. You don't have to give them every detail. The nuance with the player character is surprisingly just missing. For someone who's probably living in an area where that kind of nuance is part of the daily grind. Just part of the daily grind. Gah. In a way, I actually like this part of the story, but on the other hand, I don't like the revelation with Izumi. This part was fine. It's like, oh, I get it. I mean, it's kind of weird to hide something from the player, but like that, but whatever. Prosperous. But what happened to the generators then? Like, if the generators are tech that exists in that world, where did they go? Are there really no generators left? Like, an implication, and I do love this theory, is humanity just didn't know what to do when something stopped working, so everything fell apart from there. It has nothing to do with the situation actually being unlivable. Like, the world's fine, everything's fine, it's just that humanity's too dumb to go back to farming, because they don't know how it works anymore. It's not really an age of information when it's just like random noise, you know. This sentence is wrong. With our PDAs, we're interconnected with other people. Oh, okay, that way. That's how it works. Do dragons... Like, it's implied the dragons have fought wars to some extent, but I wonder what those wars were like. I need to keep my mind focused. This is really hard to properly translate, because a lot of it tends to be a lot of terms you can't just throw over too easily. On the plus side, we're getting places. Yeah, I think it's a little too much detail. It really should have just been everything's fine. It's just a little. I just feel that I guess it does try to touch everything, but you could just say humanity was just great. We were just fucking balling. Like, again, you're giving a lot away. I like this one. I like to end on everyone was happy. Because that's the most ominous fucking sentence you can end on. Everyone was happy. That's not... that. You don't say that if it doesn't change. Why do they have an automated monitoring system for solar flares, but no solar flare backup system? If you have a system like this, and this is a major concern to the point you have an automated system, no less, like, for fuck's sake, you'd probably have a backup plan that can be, like, several levels. Like, we have 1 day, we have 2 days, we have a week. You know, you'd have stages of backup plans, and you'd save the most important parts. Like, say, incredibly powerful perpetuum mobile generators. Why weren't those saved? Why were those so low on the priorities list? I mean, the player character is implied to be in his 20s and did the education, meaning this is just a few years ago. At most. I don't know what a solar flare is. So we're gonna have to pull this to the old Wikipedia trick. Oh, we actually call them zonneflames. Which is like solar flame, which is sexy. No, this needs to be different. Solar flames look radical, though. Look at those things. They're sexy. They're not coronal mass ejections, though, which sounds just sexy. In another way. Yeah, but in a week you can make, like, a special containment field, right? Like, in a fucking week, if you know this is real and everyone's on the same page, like, there's no real major wars, at least one country would succeed at protecting themselves and saving themselves, and in that following year time expand again. Like, wasn't, like, New York completely knocked out? They came out fine. And they were in a worse situation, all things considered. Like, oh. Like, it feels flimsy. It feels flimsy. Because I would have been a lot more understanding if it's like, we had a day. We had a day. We could barely communicate this information. But a fucking week? A fucking week? I'm pretty sure in a week you could prepare something. It's a fucking week. You could spend 1 day just putting everything together. Maybe they didn't know how long it would be. Maybe they were like, But then still, you'd have, like, the guys who take care of the 1 day, the 2 day, the week. Like, you'd have the stages of preparation. Instead of, Yeah, but wouldn't, like, the government be like, listen, we've got a plan. If everyone plays nice, we can get out of this fine, you know? Like, they tell everyone the plan, everyone's like, okay, guess that's a good plan. Because isn't it like everyone is apparently educated? Wouldn't everyone be like, okay, that's a good plan. I can see where that plan's coming from. I'll go help out now. Because this kind of mass chaos kind of requires that everyone's a fucking moron and doesn't understand shit. Which is the opposite situation here. Which, again, is why it doesn't make sense that it's a fucking week. Scramble. How do you translate ion storm? Yeah, Ionen storm. I guess that's the best one you can do. Is a solar flame even made of ions? No, it's not an ion storm. It's just a magnetic field. Oh, it is. Oh, it is. Oh, but it's also electrons and atoms. It's not just ions. Naughty, naughty. Do get it right. I mean, you're already being this fucking specific with the economy. Might as well be specific with the ion storm. Why would you call it an ion storm anyway? It's already called a solar flare. Just call it a solar flare again. Like, here's the thing. If you establish something as with a word, don't start using different words. Don't suddenly start calling it the big boom or something, you know? Just call it one thing and stick to it. It makes it easier to read, simpler to read, and more human. Because you're not going to invent terms as you go along, because that's weird. That makes it sound like you're trying to tell a good story instead of telling the truth. Yeah, like, you make it sound so big, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, this solar storm is apparently so powerful, it goes past any logical barrier of what it could be, you know? Like, how could it be this big? How could it effectively destroy the entire fucking planet? Because don't forget, the other side of the planet is on the other side of the fucking planet. There's the Earth's entire magnetosphere surrounding the other side of the planet. Even if the fucking Pacific Ocean is there, you still got Hawaii, New Zealand, you got parts of Australia, and you got a bunch of countries that are there. And if you shift it a bit, you got Alaska, you got the West Coast. Like, it's very hard to get the entirety of Earth involved in it. Okay, maybe it lasts a couple of days. But then wouldn't it lessen in strength very quickly as all the stuff just goes away, and the other parts are affected less, and it's like, okay. Because, again, the way this disaster is set up is very 2012. It's way more than it could logically ever be. I want a scientist here who says to me, okay, it's possible, but there's it isn't, because again, things are bad, but unless the sun itself shoots a gun at us, we're probably going to be fine in some respect. Like, the way it's put down is apparently humanity just dies. Apparently the world's now a desert, which is not really how that's going to work. The Earth has survived worse things, is what I'm trying to say, and life found a way. So the fact that, it's just, like, if humanity has the ability to make food, and is rebuilding, then clearly everything is there for there to be stuff. Especially since the whole Remy thing reveals that Earth looks fine. There's grass, there's, like, buildings and stuff, and the sky looks fine, the ground looks fine. And the houses are outside. And for some reason made of stone, implying that humanity was able to recover, apparently, masonry, which if they recovered that, they'd probably know how to grow things, because ionostorms are not going to cause, I don't know, irradiated soil. That would, like, there are better ways to make a catastrophe story, you know? Like, it would have been more interesting if it was like, well, all the nuclear bombs went off or something like that, or a mysterious, you know, or, you know, something, like, more interesting, like, the ozone layer kind of broke apart for a while, and like for 1 year, like it recovered. But in that short year, everything got scorched. It was an entire fucking year of radiation burning electronics. Then I believe you, because then for a fucking year, everything got burnt to shit. But this, it's like, it works on the first look, then on the second look you're like, but that's not how that works. Then on the third look you're starting to doubt yourself, and then at the fourth you're like, but it couldn't be that bad, could it? I mean, the damage would be extensive. But what about the fucking portal? Why does the portal survive? Because the portal is operational, and they don't know how it works or how to fix it. To the point that they think it's non-human technology. How the fuck does that work? How do you find a portal like that and say, we know this works, but it works? How does it work? The portal is implied to be built on a fucking hill. Meaning, it was exposed to the solar flare. Meaning, some parts of the world were safe from it. I want you to riddle me that one, Batman. Because this story just kind of falls apart at some points. Again, though, I'm fine with the whole the Earth is fucked thing. That's a fine angle. It works really well. It gets done well. But the amount of detail goes into... he doesn't have to say that. He just has to say a disaster caused all of humanity to fall apart, you know? Like, he doesn't have to mention the specifics, but he does. Why do you do that? Why not just say the Earth got fucked? We weren't prepared for it, we were arrogant, or something, you know, something simple. It doesn't matter that it's a solar flare. It doesn't matter that people got burnt up. All that matters is, we were technologically advanced, something happened, now we're not, now we're fucked, now we're making deals. Like, avoid writing stuff that could potentially make the story bleh. You know? You don't have to write everything. Avoid the parts that aren't interesting or useful. Have we really gone this far already? Yeah, hot ziggity. Wouldn't this, like, if it's that strong and it has that much precision power, wouldn't it probably tear a giant chunk out of... Like, that's the thing, right? Like, you could be like, it's not the solar flare that's the problem, it's that the sun is now cooler. Because the sun has ejected so much energy, it's going to take a while for the surface to heat up. And for the amount of energy that beams away to... You know, do something like fucking that! Like, do something that's not, we got hit once. Here's the funny fucking thing. If something happens once, that doesn't have any lasting consequences. There needs to be this huge thing that just ruins everything. You know? Like, you need to have the fallout. You need to have the nuclear winter. You need to have, we don't have any food, and there's no way to grow food. You need to have something that's longer lasting, because if it's just one blow, people are going to ask questions just, okay, but it's now a few years later, people have probably adapted to this ecosystem, the ecosystem has adapted to them, they probably have plans, why the fuck is it taking them more than several years to fix this problem? How did they survive for those years? How much canned food was really available at the time? You know, like... You start asking questions. You start raising questions because you start establishing too much information that you don't know how to answer. I like how it suddenly decides to make a point on, oh, we were dependent on technology. No! Don't bring that fucking point up. Don't! Because you're literally going back to technology by bargaining for these generators. You're like, we need to go away from technology. Let's trade for technology with this technological gizmo. Fuck you! That fucking point does not work! It's like the worst part and story to mention this in. Oh, we were vulnerable. It was a bad idea. I'll pull up the fucking pictures. Oh, it's a... Oh, it's a movie. Can I even play OGVs? I can. Yeah, like, I really like this that it decides to use this fucking sun picture. That looks cool, though. So it plays the sun picture for a bit. And then it shows Aura 1, which is apparently a generic... Why would it be a generic? Where is Aura 1? Is it in Chi-Chi? No. Is it in... No, it's not there. FX? No. System? No. Where the fuck's Aura? Oh, that might just be like a... No, Aura is in here somewhere. Why does this take this long? This isn't a fucking huge folder. Maybe I need to fucking, what is it called again? Decompress. Decompile, defragment, that's a term. Where are these? Show in open file location. Oh, they're in the exact same folder, I just never noticed them. Yeah. It doesn't show that one, it shows that one because it's like it's in the background. You know, in the background! Yeah, but this fucking sun's great. Like, that's a cool sun picture. Although the sun is pretty fucking huge, so it wouldn't be this fast. Why use fucking Hiroshima bombs, anyway? The proper term is either joules, like properly joules or kilojoules, or sticks of dynamite. Why the fuck would you use Hiroshima bombs? Like, I know you're trying to make a point, but use the Tsar Bomba. Use the biggest fucking bomb, at the very least. Or call him by the proper fucking name. Fat Man. I love how they say for the Japanese translation may be appropriate. What is, energy? 10 Hiroshima billion. I should probably just find, yeah. The equivalent of 10, Jesus fucking Christ. Ah! So that's what this is based off of. Cool. But how much is it? Is it really fucking this much kilojoules? Like how much is fucking... Yeah, that's not that much. Kilojoules, energy. Yeah, it's like not even a fucking calorie. I love this. Order of magnitude energy, thank you. This is very helpful. Hiroshima Bomb. Yeah, here, little... Oh, that's the little boy. Not even the fat man. Little boy. A little boy! So it's 10 billion of these fuckers. I like how this guy got it so fucking wrong by orders of magnitude. Yeah, I don't know how to calculate that. How much is 10 billion again? Are we using short scale or long scale? Billion wiki. So that's 10 to the 9th. So we add 9. So we get like 622? Let's look for something at 22. Oh, I like this one. Oh, that's not that much. That's really not that much! Like, I know that, like, if it's an earthquake degree of power, like Sun, you're not kicking it as much as you are, you know? You could try a bit harder, Mr. Sun. That's not impressive. I mean, this is an earthquake, and it killed, like, this many people in 14 countries. I mean, efficiency is part of it, but... Oh, here we... Look at this! This is bigger! This is fucking bigger! Why not just call it a billion megatons of TNT? That's so much more powerful. Oh! Wow, typically. Fucking typically is 2 orders of magnitude lower. What the fuck is your calculation based off of? Oh, it's 10 billion, so it's actually 10. So it's 23. Doesn't matter much. Oh, wow. Oh, actually. Oh, fuck. It's that last one that gets me. The fucking, Let's look at what the highest one on this fucking scale is. The estimated... Ah, come on, that's a boring one. I don't want your mass energy. Active galactic nucleus? Ugh! Is that one of those gamma ray bursts? Oh, no. Holy shit, that is, that's gonna fry your pancakes. That's gonna... Oh, here we go. Yeah, like... for fuck's sake, it's weaker! I'm gonna have to edit that out. But it's weaker. It's not that strong. Let's pull out the fucking spreadsheet. Actually, I'm gonna put this in, because it's a nice reference. I really like this picture. That's a nice picture. Does it actually mention here how much it blew everything up? Does it mention the joule count? No, it doesn't. Yeah, okay, there we go. So that's equivalent enough. I like this description a bit better. I get, yes, people know what a Hiroshima bomb is, but it's not that big a deal. The amount of global warming effects is much bigger than that, so it's baby shit. Like, at least use megaton TNT. That's a sexy word for sexy people. I wonder what the Japanese people are going to replace it with. They should go with the fucking planetoid. It's the cool one. Why would fireballs light up the sky? The solar flare is mostly just energy. It's not that much mass. Well, it's a lot of mass, but it's not like concentrated balls of mass. And electrons don't cause fires like that. You need combustible materials. And something that burns for long enough to actually, you know... Maybe streaks. I could imagine streaks. But not like actual fireballs. How do we have this information? Where did these come from? Also, a coronal mass injection is not a solar flame! Like, they follow solar flare. Okay, that's how that works. Thank you! Thank you. God damn it, I'm gonna play it. I have to. I'm sorry. It's critical that you understand why I say this.
Thank you!
There we go. Now you understand my pain. Going back to the coronal mass ejection. That's not what a solar flame is. They're different things. It's like saying that a building collapsing is equivalent to an earthquake. It's a related phenomena, but not the same phenomena. That's what I'm saying. What do we even call this fucking shit? Oh, we call it plasma cloud. That's a fucking oh, that's a great term. Oh, I love that term. Plasma cloud. It was the side effects that did the real work. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I got to edit some shit and I don't want to do that. Goodbye! Hope you enjoy me complaining.